What's that? It's Pat.
Second. Okay. All right. So, hi everybody. This is Patrick Argiro, aka Cousin Pat, and I am here with UFC fighter Dricus Du Plessis. How are you?
Hi, man. Great. Thanks yourself. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for doing this. We were supposed to meet last week, but I know you're very busy. Dricus is going to be fighting on UFC 264 in the preliminary for the McGregor Poirier fight. So that must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fighting on a massive card like that, it's a big privilege, and a lot of eyes, and coming to the big Vegas, all the lights, everything, and obviously a Conor McGregor fight card, especially being the trilogy, always massive.
So when you have a fight of this magnitude, which I'm guessing this is so far going to be the biggest. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say. Well, is this the biggest fight of your career?
Well, I mean, it really is an important fight, and being on the stage at this, being in the UFC. But I mean, I fought for 3 world titles in my career, which is also a big deal. It's everybody, every single one of those fights are massive in their own rights, and this is definitely, I would believe, the most watched fight. There will be the most eyes on me, and I mean, this is probably one of the biggest. This is probably the biggest opportunity of my career.
And I want to say something. So I was telling you before we got on, I was practicing your name before on Thursday. And so because everybody, so just so you know, this is a very skilled fighter. He's a very handsome guy. I prefer the company of women, but still I'm old enough to say that you're a handsome guy. So I feel like I should say that. And guys like you piss me off. Here's why. You know how to fight. You're good looking and you have good bodies. It's like, you know what? That's not fair. I don't appreciate that. So, so anyway.
Well, thanks for that.
No problem. So we'll be quick because I know you gave me you were nice enough to do this, and I did do some research on you. So this is I'm a therapist, so I try not to curse too much, but this is a bad motherfucker. This guy is a former champion in 2 divisions. I mean, in 2 different organizations, and was a 2-time 2-division champion in another organization. So this is like a bad dude. I mean, in a good way. This is a this is a
when it matters.
Yeah, this is a bad man who just he looks nice. Oh, hi, how are you? He will kill you. So he was a champion in EFC and he was a champion in KSW. And since we don't have a lot of time, I won't go over that too much, but you began fighting, or you made your debut in 2013, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I was 19 years old directly after school. And fighting is what I wanted to do, and I started fighting professional.
Yeah, and so you decided at a very young age that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you made your UFC debut on October 11th, 2020, where you knocked out in the first round Marcus Perez, and I saw that fight, and that was great. And when you make it to the UFC, because I've been talking to a lot of UFC guys, I've talked to a few NFL players who are now fighting in the UFC, and they tell me that this is the NFL of the UFC. And for you, that's called American football, right? Because you're soccer, like you're.
Yeah.
But you
American
made it.
football.
Like you made it.
100%.
You made it. You made it to the show, and I think that I'm talking to, honestly, my opinion. I'm not kissing your ass. Well, maybe a little, but as a joke. I think I'm talking to a future champion. I mean, when you look at your resume. And you got to understand, people, he's fighting next Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, so and he's going to be on it's the Conor McGregor, it's the Conor Poirier trilogy, and he's on the undercard, the preliminary. So he's going to have a lot of eyes on him. So for him to even take 20 minutes, we were supposed to meet last week, but we couldn't, and that's fine. This is really, I think you guys, MMA fighters are the coolest guys and women, hands down. I've talked to about 20 of them, cool, legit. Like you don't want to fuck with them, but just very down to earth people. So you were supposed to fight, and I'm talking very fast because I want to make sure. I'm a former stand-up comedian, former homeless guy, and then I built my life back up. So
Nice.
yeah, thank you. And I noticed
That's
that
good.
are you one of the few UFC fighters that doesn't have any tattoos, or do you?
I don't have any tattoos. So
It's
yeah.
not, you don't need that to legitimize like I'm a bad motherfucker.
Well, the thing is, I really love tattoos. It's one of the coolest things. I love it. I love to see them, and it looks amazing. And to be honest with you, I'm actually quite a big fan of tattoos. My dad is it's a respect thing. My dad doesn't like them too much. So no,
Oh,
it's just a respect thing. It's nothing other than that. If I had my way, I'd probably have tattoos all over. I love it. I think it looks awesome. There's probably a lot of people that do it to get some justification for being tough or whatever. But I mean, to me, it's the art, it's the meaning, it's all that. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan, but like I
yeah.
said, just a respect
Yeah.
thing.
So like this, I got in my 20s, right? It has no meaning. It has no,
Oh
all this meant was it was the cheapest one on the wall. I was like, I'll take that
yeah,
one. Now this
that one
was,
means literally like I want a tattoo.
yeah. And this one is a place of darkness I was in. And so, and I think that's, I think it's okay. I'm 46 years old, so I'm past the point of looking cool or trying to act. I think it's very
Yeah,
nice. I think it's very sweet that you honor your father that way. I just recently lost my father, and
sorry to hear that.
thank you. And it's a very sad thing. So honor your parents, and if you get along with them, great. If you don't, because this is a show about lessons, not everyone gets along with them, but I think that's great. So let's go over your accomplishments real quick. And I want you guys to Google this. Now, I'm doing a big podcast on July 30th, but because you're fighting on the 10th, I'm going to start promoting this next week so that, because there's no point promoting it after the 10th. You already fought.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and other fighters are like, because when are you gonna put it out? And I was like trying to do a big promotion, but this guy was the former EFC middleweight champion, EFC welterweight champion. Now, did you hold those at the same time or no?
Yeah, yeah. I held them at the same time, and I defended both of them.
I'm talking to South African Henry Cejudo. That's what I'm talking to.
Yeah, yeah.
And you also, and I don't know what the fight of the night, and it's none of my business, but I don't know what kind of bonuses they give over there. But just so you guys understand how good this guy is, because when Dana says they won fight of the night, he won fight of the night one time and performance of the night one time with the EFC. Is that correct?
Well, actually, one in my 15, 17 fights, I've had a performance bonus and fight of the night, all that for 12 fights.
Wow. And then in the KSW, also welterweight champion, you were supposed to fight Trevin Giles back in March of 20.
Yeah.
But with visa issues, it kept you from fighting. Now, did that have anything to do with COVID, or was it just?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just in South Africa, the embassies weren't handing out visas. They were just too far behind, so there wasn't enough time to get that visa sorted. So yeah, at a fight couldn't happen. Nobody could leave the country, and they rescheduled the fight, and everything got sorted out. And here we are now.
So now you're fighting him. Is there any bad blood between you two, or?
No. Listen, he's a family guy. He's a police officer. He's a family guy. He's in here to do what he's in here to win a fight. I'm here to win a fight. It's nothing personal. It's just business. I mean, I have a lot of respect for what he does. He looks like he's a good guy, but it's like I said, nothing personal. It's just business.
Now, I want to say something. I used to be, I'm looking at the clock, right? Because I'm trying to be respectful. I used to be, very briefly, my mother gets all freaked out because my grandfather was a gambler. So he would win a lot of money, lose a lot of money. So I decided one day, I'm looking at MMA and I was like, I think I could bet on this. So I start betting and I go from 0 to 1,600. And I'm like, oh, I'm the man. I'm the man. So then I take $1,600 and I put it on T Wood to beat Usman, and it's all gone. It's all gone.
Yeah.
And then I go, you know what? It wasn't my money anyway. I won it. So I don't look at the gambling now. But are you? So I mentioned that because are you the favorite in this fight? I used to, but now it's like I don't even want to think about gambling. So do you? Are you the favorite? Are you the underdog, or are you not even aware?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different sides. I think I came out as the underdog, but it looks like I'm turned to favorite. But I'm not 100% sure. To me, that's just numbers. Those are just for the betting odds. I don't bet on myself, but I do like to gamble on the fights. I like to bet on fights, but I don't bet on myself ever.
Do you know Vince Pichel?
No.
Okay, well, he's in the UFC, and he says he only gambles on himself.
Yeah, a lot of guys do that.
He's got a pretty good record. I've interviewed him. I think it's like 13-2. He was on the Ultimate Fighter with Dominic Cruz was the coach, and Faber that season. So and he's legitimate. He's legitimate. And so I'm very happy for you. And I have a couple questions for you, because this is a inspirational show, and also I like to add a little weirdness into it. So the aliens are coming, right?
Yeah.
The aliens are coming, and the aliens is like, because they're coming. They're coming. We see them. They're coming. So now all of a sudden the aliens are here, and they do this mind thing. Boom. Now all our technology is gone, right? So now our bullets don't work, our bombs don't work, our technology doesn't work. And essentially, do you know who's going to have to fight the aliens?
Well, probably the UFC roster is going to have to fight the aliens.
You stole my punchline. The UFC.
Oh,
The
UFC is
UFC.
going to fight the aliens.
The UFC has to fight it, and now the roster's not that deep, right? So now the UFC is like, fuck, we need Bellator. So now they bring over the Bellator guys, and then they're like, okay, well, now we got to bring over PFL. And Dana's like, fuck, don't fuck this up, PFL. Just kidding, PFL, because I've interviewed the PFL guys. So now they're fighting, blah, blah, blah. You guys are leg locking them and doing all this shit. The aliens look at you, and the aliens look at Dana White. And the military's involved too, because shout out to the military. I was in the military. There's a one master alien, and they say to the master, they say, listen, you guys are tougher than we expected. We're going to give you our master alien. You pick your best guy. You win. Kind of like a Space Jam, except instead of basketball.
That makes sense. Yeah. Battle of the universe.
Yeah. I have an answer that might shock you, but I think I know who you're going to, maybe I think I'll know. Who do you pick to fight that master alien? You won yourself. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I'm picking myself to fight that alien.
I'll go with that.
100%. I don't want somebody else folding under pressure. I'll be the guy.
So not Francis Ngannou, which I don't agree with either. No, I wouldn't want Francis either, because I think he's going to hit him, and the alien's going to go. And you know.
Yeah, I think you need an all-around game. I think I got what it takes to beat this alien.
All right, so you're going to save the universe. So this is good.
100%. That sounds great.
Okay, now my last question, or second to last question, is if Bruce, I'll give you, if this is a question I've been asking people, and it gets a good chuckle out of them. So if Bruce Lee were alive, he would blank. Do you want an example?
Please.
If Bruce, because I have two of them, and everyone always laughs. If Bruce Lee were alive, he would do the Joe Rogan podcast.
If Bruce Lee were alive, I think if Bruce Lee were alive today,
he could be old or young. It's up to you.
I think Bruce Lee in his prime wouldn't be a UFC champ.
He would be?
Nah.
No. Okay. Okay. That's fair. I think that's fair. All right. So my second one is if Bruce Lee were alive, he'd be verified on Instagram.
Definitely. Most definitely.
You know,
I think Bruce Lee would own Instagram. I think
oh my God.
Even TikTok. I think the kind of videos that guy makes, I mean, he has the most impressive speed and accuracy, and like it's ridiculous. I think that guy will make a killer of Instagram page.
I was talking to this other MMA fighter, and she's gonna get there. I don't want to say her. Actually, I'll say her name. She's her name's Kayla Rocco, and she's dating a very good Bellator fighter who's going to be champion because he's one fight away from fighting for the championship, called Sydney Outlaw. I don't know if you ever heard of him. And yeah, and I'm talking to him too. Really nice guy. And she says to me, I'm 46 years old, so I'm talking to guys like, I was born you were born in 1994, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were born. It's weird that a guy who was born 1 year after I graduated high school could kick the shit out of me, but it's interesting. Like, yeah, you see my arms; they're not that big. But anyway, so she's like, yeah, she's like, my boyfriend is great. He's not even verified, and I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, what the hell is she talking about? And Instagram, Twitter, that's like a big thing. So if Bruce Lee were alive, he would be there. Now, final question. What can you tell the people, or what can you tell people about anything that how you deal with diversity, or how you deal with stress? Or is working out so, because when I used to work out, I've had 3 car accidents, and now I can't work out. And that working out like 2 hours a day, not because I loved it, it's just I didn't have a social life. It was so great. It was so great. So what do you do to deal with stress, and how do you cope with things? Or like when you couldn't get here for that fight back in March, that must have caused a little bit of, stress for you.
Yeah, it was terrible. She let down everybody that was looking forward to fighting all. But the way you have to fight it, it's how I approach my career, it's how I approach life, how I approach a fight. I don't spend time worrying about stuff I can't change. Whatever I have control over, I do my best. Control over being fit, being in shape, making weight, being prepared. That's the kind of stuff I have control over. And that's the kind of stuff I don't stress about, because I know I put in the work to deal with it. If I'm in a situation in life where somebody is doing something out of my control, it's not worth it to stress about it. And it's a mature thing, and not always easy, but that's the way I look at it. Is if I can't change it, or if I'm not even, or let's say this, if I can't change it, or I'm not willing to change it, don't engage in it. Don't worry about it. If I'm really feeling so strong about it that I'm willing to do something to change it, then it's start to worry about it, and then you put a plan in motion. And that's the only way I believe to take care of any stress. Is proper preparation prevents poor performance in any aspect of life. If you're not gonna change it, or you're not gonna try and change it, don't even think about it.
Do you know who you sound like? And you probably don't even know, maybe you don't know, but you have a philosophy that's called like the Stoic philosophy, or
Stoic philosophy.
Stoicism. You can look it up.
Yeah, Stoicism. And, I know, I've checked a few videos on it.
And you have, okay. And there's one comment, then we'll let you go. There was this gentleman, I forget his name, damn it. And he spoke to the Cleveland Browns. It's an American football team. And he says, he told these players, you can't worry about what your teammates do. You have to worry about how you play. You can't worry about your team, what the papers say about you. You can only worry about what you do. And, you can't worry about this or that. You can, but it's not going to help you. If anything, it's going to hurt you. So
100%. Any outside stress is not good.
Yeah. And I'm going to be putting that on my thing as well. But I want to thank you for your time. This is the quickest. I don't usually talk this fast, but this is the quickest thing, because how much training are you doing today? You got any training?
Sunday I'm off, but I have a few media obligations. On Sundays I don't train at all. Never do. So a hard week's training 6 days a week, and then Sundays off days. But I have quite a few media obligations for today.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be doing this large podcast on the 30th with Jill Nicolini, but by then this will be out. I have a decent size thing, and I'll put that out, but I'm going to mention you by name on the podcast because I want everyone to do well. I want everyone to get their, what's it called? Get their bag. I guess that's what all the kids are saying now. Yeah. Get your bag. So I wish you nothing but success. I'm sorry for your opponent, Trevin Giles, but I'm actually gonna be rooting for you. And so good luck, and get a tattoo somewhere your dad can't see it, like upper thigh or something. So, but don't tell your dad I said that. What's your dad's name?
Yappy.
Yappy. Shout out to Yappy. Yappy, I'm sorry. He should get a little tattoo. Don't get upset. Anyway, very nice to meet you. I'm going to say your name. Thank you, Mr. Dricus Du Plessis.
That is the way.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Good luck.
thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, and maybe I'll have you come back on in a future time. All right. Sound good?
Please do.
All right,
Sounds
man.
amazing.
Nice to meet you.
man.
Take care.
You too.
Good luck to
Bye-bye.
you. Good luck. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Let me shut this. All right, everybody. So that was Mr. Du Plessis. Nice guy. I'm actually going to start promoting his fight this week, because he's fighting on the 10th. He's fighting on the Connor card. Dude, that's fucking awesome. So I want to thank him. I'm a little tired because I stay up very late because I'm trying to get a lot of things done. That was, I think I was just talking to a future champion, if you want to know the truth. So this guy fought in 2015. He was the EFC, he fought EFC 50 and won the vacant EFC welterweight belt, and then EFC 62 middleweight champion against Yannick Bahati. And in 2015, he fought Martin Van Staden. I hate saying their names because I butcher it, but the UFC is such an international sport that now it's not just like Bill Johnson or Joseph, or Dominic Cruz, or, it's not that anymore. It is, but then there's also, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, or who's the living legend, and I can't say his name because I would have to literally practice it. But I would love to talk to Khabib, Francis Ngannou. That's not too bad. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Check this guy out. I'm going to put his links for Twitter and Instagram. Check out his UFC page. And my two favorite websites now are SureDog and Tapology. Somebody told me sometimes you have to update those pages. They have to update them. But yeah, so he's fighting a guy named Trevin Giles, who's 14-2. And I don't know. I'm wishing the guy well, and I'm thinking he's going to do well. And I try to stay away from the betting stuff. So that's it. I'm kind of talking too much now. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Cousin Pat out. Bye-bye.